Hello there, my name's Carlo, and we are having a little review here of the new Windows 8.1. I just thought I'd give you a little look at it and tell you my thoughts about what I actually think of it, and just go from there really over Windows 8. I've currently been using Windows 7 for quite some time now. When Windows 8 came out, I obviously bought it, I installed it and tried it out, but I didn't like it, to be perfectly honest. It was I don't know how to explain it. It was too tablet-like, if that makes sense. I mean, it looked like a flipping, a Nokia Lumia phone, and I just didn't think it was basically appropriate for a desktop PC. So I uninstalled Windows 8 and I put on Windows 7, and I've been using that ever since, purely because Windows 8 took away so much from Windows 7. It was, Microsoft thought they was adding something better, but they was making it actually worse. One of the features they took away was this, which was the start bar, the start icon, which thankfully is back in 8.1, and they've made some slight authorizations, or whatever you want to call it, slight changes, shall I say. I think they sort of took on board what was said in Windows 8, and from certain comments and reviews and stuff like that, to make it the way I think it should have been. When you first start Windows 8, obviously you get a heart attack because you're still presented with the traditional tablet form look, which was a bit off-putting coming from Windows 7, because like I said, it did look too much like a tablet. But I must say, I'm quite impressed with the upgrade. Now there's a couple of ways you can get the upgrade. If you don't have Windows 8, then unfortunately you have to buy 8.1, which I think is about 130 quid, which is a bit steep, seeing as look at the new Mavericks 10.9, which is actually free as an upgrade for Mac. But if you have Windows 8, which luckily I did, and it's installed on your computer, you can actually upgrade to 8.1 free of charge. Just with around here where the apps are, if you're running Windows 8, you'll have an upgrade, say Windows 8.1, and basically you just click on that, it'll take you into the store, and then you just click upgrade and let Windows, which I think is pretty awesome, do its thing. Obviously when you're installing an operating system, which is Windows, there's a lot of waiting around and click next, add your details, and do some more installation, then add a password, and it's a load of problems because you've just got to sit with it. But Windows 8 just installs 8.1, sorry, just installs flawlessly without no problems. The only info you have to put is right at the end of installation, which is obviously your Hotmail ID, which Windows requires to set you up an account, basically. But there are a few features which have been added, like this one here, this little icon here. If you just press that, it will basically give you a view of all your apps within Windows 8, which is absolutely awesome. So you can just basically scroll through, and now you can catalog all the things as well, which is really, really cool. So you can sort of right click, and then you can press customize, and then you can sort of move anything you want. So you click on a thing, you can click on loads, and you could basically add it to your desktop, stuff like that. which is very, very cool. The traditional top corner is still there with your settings, so you can just go to your settings, and then you can just sort of personalize your desktop as you see fit. So when you sort of select a background, the cool thing is, as you sort of move, if I go to here, as you sort of move around, the animation normally moves with the scrolling, which I think is very, very cool. Also, you're able to edit your tiling, which is great. So you just click it, drag it, and just basically move it and put it where you want, which gives you the freedom to edit your station or your start menu as you see fit. You can also make these icons bigger or smaller, so you can right click and then you can sort of resize to small like that, or medium. So if I just screw that, I'll just make it medium, and you can just sort of make it a lot bigger. Performance wise, I'll talk about in a minute, but if you go up to the top here, you have your desktop, and you just click on it straight to the desktop. Now, very cool, if you are right click, they have brought back the start function, which sort of operates very differently, but when you sort of right click, now you've got the option to shut down, put his computer to sleep, sign up, sounds, and so on. You're also able to get to your control panel, your command prompts, your device managers, all the little bits that you normally would use, not on a daily basis, but are very important to Windows. So there's no more going all the way to this top corner as you remember before, settings, you know, and then click power off. It's just very, very sort of long-winded. Now you can just right click, go to there, shut down, restart your computer, so on and so on. Performance, what do I say about performance? I'm actually blown away, to be perfectly, with performance. I actually think it runs a lot faster than Windows 7, to be perfectly honest. There just seems, so I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. It just seems a lot smoother than Windows 7 is, and there was some concerns for me regarding applications. Can I install, you know, my Maya 14 suite? You know, will it run on Windows 8.1? And everything I've got creation tool wise runs perfectly on 8.1. There's no flaws whatsoever, which is absolutely fantastic. You're also able to, if you sort of right click, sort of go to here, you can sort of drag down, yeah, hold and just move your desktop and have two screens like that, which is very, very cool. So I can have a screen on this side, for instance, so I go back, I can have a desktop on this side and a desktop on this side, which is absolutely awesome. And then all you do is drag it over, and then you get your full desktop back. So it's like you've got dual screens on one screen, if that makes sense. Every application you open will stay up here, so if you can just right click, close, right click, close. Let's keep going up to it, close, and just close your applications like that until they're all gone. You've also got right click on the desktop, so you can change screen resolutions from the desktop. If you click personalize, you can go to the traditional Windows 7 look to actually personalize your desktop as you see fit. Yeah, so as I was saying, performance wise, I actually think this runs a lot faster than Windows 7. I've seen a dramatic improvement over Windows 8, and I must be saying I am actually going to leave this on and probably not go back to Windows 7. Because I'm very impressed with the performance of this OS. I've just opened up After Effects CC. This is the first load of After Effects CC because I haven't had this operating system on here for long. I've installed all my Copilot plugins and stuff like that, but this is the first time I've opened After Effects in here, just to show you that it runs very well on Windows 8.1. So all in all, as you can see, it does a little spinny wheel at the start, which it doesn't do on 7, but I think it's just getting, because there's a lot more graphics interface within this, you know, a lot more visuals, because everything looks a lot more nicer. I think it's just adding everything for you, so that's why that spinny wheel's there, because it looks a lot nicer, it looks a lot smoother. So I've just put all my bits and pieces, just basically going to show you it running. Hopefully my plugins have all loaded up fine. Yep, all my plugins are there. Obviously there's a lot more graphic interface, you know, with the borders, they're a lot thicker, as you can see, but fluidity, you know, everything's running fine on it. I have, like I said, I have seen a dramatic improvement from Windows 7. I think Microsoft has sort of learned its lesson, and hopefully, you know, if they do decide to bring out a Windows 9 at some point, we're going to have a lot more vast. Well, they've got to do something, you know. Microsoft, their OS is just absolutely smashing it at the moment, to be perfectly honest. Windows has to sort of like show some vast improvements within that OS to stop people going across to Microsoft OS. So yeah, I hope this has been helpful. If I was to rate this, I would definitely say if you're on Windows 7, don't be scared to go to Windows 8.1, because it is actually worth the upgrade. It is a very, very big improvement, even though there's only been a few little tweaks. I mean, this little tweak on its own, the start menu, you know, that means the world, you know. That's a big improvement, because that makes things so much quicker. There is no My Computer here. This file here, if you click on it, it's called This PC. So if you right click on it and go to Properties, you can get all your details about your PC. There's no rating system on this, but yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend this. As you can see, 8.1. I would definitely recommend this if you're looking to upgrade from Windows 7. If you're on Windows 8, yeah, just click that upgrade button, because Windows 8 is absolutely just atrocious in my eyes. But it's got the same sort of template as Windows 8, but it's a lot better, it's a lot faster, and it's a lot snappier. So I hope this has helped, and I'll see you again in the next video, guys.